Hello, welcome back to the 3-Minute Devar. This week's portion is Parashat Naso. Naso is the second portion of the book of Bamidbar, the book of Numbers, and Naso, amongst many other things, talks about the Nazarite. The Nazarite was someone who would promise to stay away from wine, stay away from grapes, would have to keep their hair long, wouldn't be allowed to cut their hair, would be less interested in their appearance. And it was someone who felt like they wanted to make the most of their lives and recognize that there were things which got in their way, such as caring too much about the way they looked and the way they presented themselves, and perhaps also felt like wine was a bit too tempting for them. So they would take extra steps to ensure that they could be involved in more spirituality and less held up by those things which hold us up. At first glance, the decision the Nazir makes seems to be a very pure and holy one and a commendable one. However, what's interesting is if you look at what the Nazirite has to do for his purification process once the period of the Nazir is finished, one of the offerings the Nazir has to bring is the sin offering. It's called the Chatas, which is an offering which is usually brought when one makes a mistake, when one transgresses something in the Torah and sort of brings an offering to atone for that. So the question is, if it's an atonement, it's a sin offering, why is this something which a Nazirite has to bring? Surely he or she has done something very good, very commendable. The rabbis tell us that although the Nazir has the best of intentions, and although the Nazir is looking to do well, one thing which they need to atone for, one thing which isn't so good, is the fact that they've taken upon themselves more restrictions. And the wording the rabbis use is it not enough that the Torah has told you all the various restrictions and now you've added more restrictions to that? The rabbis are telling us is that we are really in this world to enjoy ourselves. We are in this world to partake in the beautiful and wonderful and exquisite world which God has created. If we are allowed to eat something, if we are allowed to taste something, then we should enjoy it, and we should partake in that, and we should appreciate the world that God has given us. And although the Nazir is looking to do well, although the Nazir has the best of intentions, still, he's denying himself the pleasure and the goodness of this world, the world which God created for us. Judaism has never been about being a hermit, living in the caves, staying away from the world and staying away from enjoying ourselves in this world. We've always appreciated that's something important, something we need to do, and a way we can connect to God. We just need to make sure that we don't get too sucked into it and let it control us. But as long as we are controlling it, then enjoying this world is something which we Jews are very much into doing. Wishing you a Shabbat Shalom.